Hey guys, this is Rio. I'm doing a quick review on the HTC Rezound, the new 4G LTE device for Verizon. I'll go through and go over the specs, the software, the camera, the network, battery life, and oh yeah, of course, the Beats by Dre audio that's built into this guy. Alright, first we got specs. We have a 4.3 inch 720p HD display, 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor, of course Beats audio with iBeats earbuds that actually ship with it, and let's not forget the Verizon 4G LTE. Um, it also has the 8 megapixel camera, 1080p video recording with the front facing camera for video chat, for Skype, things like that. All around specs are pretty good. I would say the only thing that may trump it within the next month or so here is going to be the Galaxy Nexus from Samsung. Now about the software is Android with HTC's famous Sense UI. Um, Not much has changed from the previous version of Sense. Now there's a personalize button down at the bottom right, which will let you change the widgets on the screen and things on the lock screen. You can actually jump into an application by going to the lock screen and choosing the application you want to jump to. So messages, you could just pop right into it, just like that. And that's pretty cool. Um, Similar to what you might find in iOS, you can actually just tap on the camera, drag it, and it will take you right into the software, just like that. Here's what it looks like transitioning through the screens. Sort of got yourself a little 3D effect there. Scroll quickly and you'll see that shows you all the windows in the 3D display. Sorry about the camera, I notice it keeps focusing in and out. I have the automatic on. I'm sure you're all familiar with the Sense UI. Notification bar here right at the top. Normally this would show you any notifications that you have going on, but I went ahead and cleared them specifically for the video. Up here sort of your multitasking. You can jump in and out of the application that you're in just by tapping on it. Then you have your quick settings down here at the bottom. You can see you can turn off the mobile network, the hotspot, the Bluetooth feature, airplane mode, and then you have your application that actually allows you to turn things off. Just by tapping on the X there, I can go ahead and shut off the application, or I can do a kill all. It'll kill everything on there, and then free up some memory. As you can see, I have quite a bit of the memory already taken up, being used at this time. So I'll go over the hardware just a little bit with you. We have I believe it's a 1.3 megapixel camera here at the top right. 4.3 inch 720p display, as I mentioned previously. You have the 4 soft buttons there at the bottom. You have home, menu, back, and search. Turning the device over to the right side, you have the volume rocker. Looking at the bottom of the device, you see the hole for the microphone and the slots for the battery back, so you can quickly get to the battery there. Off to the left side, this port right here is for micro USB. Also, it is the plug for your video cables. So if you want to hook this up to your TV, there is a cable that you can get that will go from this to the HDMI out to your TV. The very top left of the phone, we have the secondary microphone. That is for noise cancellation. Basically, anything that this microphone picks up, it's going to eliminate from the conversation. That way the caller on the other end doesn't hear some of that ambient noise. Looking at the top of the device, you're going to see the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. and the sleep wake power button. Turn the device around. You see the all-telling Beats by Dre logo with the all-telling 4G LTE logo. It is a plastic back. It's got that soft touch feel that HTC likes to use. It has the 8 megapixel camera on the back with this red metal ring around it, which is a little reminiscent of the Droid Incredible. 2 LED flash bulbs there, so you can take good pictures in low light. All in all, it's a very nice phone. Feels great in the hand. Very well built. The screen is definitely really good quality. It feels great in the hand. It also looks really great. Alrighty, here's a quick comparison of the iPhone 4 and the HTC Rezound next to each other. As you can see, both displays are quite bright and pretty sharp. It's hard to tell through the camera, but the resolution on the Rezound is actually a little bit better than the iPhone 4. I believe that the pixels per inch on the Rezound are around 344, and on the iPhone 4 they are 326. Now I might be off by a couple numbers, so don't murder me for that, guys, but I'm pretty sure I'm awfully close. But here are the screen comparisons. So if you go to the bottom of the page on each phone there, you can see that the Resound is quite a bit larger than the iPhone 4 there. Just to give you an idea about the thickness. It's pretty close. The Resound is just a tad bit chunkier, but not by much. Alright, the next thing I'm going to go over is the camera. Let me go ahead and unlock that for you, and I will show you some of the cool features that this camera actually has. So similar to most of the new smartphones out there, you go ahead and you tap, and it'll go ahead and focus for you, just like that. There are a few different buttons here on the right side. We have the mode button that will let you switch from photo to video, and from the front-facing camera to the rear-facing camera. Touch the scenes button here, and you get a couple different options here. You get auto, you get portrait, landscape, action burst, which actually takes 4 photos in a quick sequence, panorama, backlight HDR, and whiteboard. With, I think the nicest one on here is going to be the close-up. Close-up really lets you take really close photos. My hand from the camera is roughly 2 inches away, and you can sort of see the detail that I'm getting there with my hand. I mean, it's really close. I think this is the best feature. The macro shots that I was able to get with this setting were just, they amazed me. I couldn't believe I was actually getting them. And then you have the flash on-off switch here, which I have set to off at the moment because I don't need it. And then we have the settings. Here you have a self-timer, image adjustments, white balance, ISO. You can change the resolution, the review, duration, where it saves it to, storage card, or the phone, widescreen or 4:3, geotags the photos, auto enhance, autofocus, face detection, shutter speed, grid, auto upload to Google Plus, and reset to default. Here's something that's really cool to me is the effects that you actually can use with this camera. You have something called distortion, which is sort of that that photo booth type of thing that you get on a Mac. And then you have vignetting. Vignetting will actually allow you to change the size of the vignette. So if you want to really dig down and get deep with that vignette, you can. You have another one here. Depth of field. depth of field would give you that really blurred out background. You go ahead and select the point you want with your finger. You select the size of the depth of field, and as you can see, it'll actually blur out what's not there. It's a little hard to tell with through the camera, but it works really well. Then you have another cool sort of mosaic effect here. It's a little cool. I don't have much use for that one. It's just sort of a fun thing to do. Then you have things like vintage warm, grayscale for the black and white videos, negative, polarize, aqua. So there are some really cool effects here. Let me go ahead and show you the lag between pictures. It's not too bad, actually. I found it to be pretty acceptable. There you go, picture's taken, and I'm ready to take another one. I'll go ahead and do that for you again. Bam. Once you see the menus pop back up, that's how you know you're ready to take another picture. So it's fairly quick. I will say, compared to the iPhone 4, I've noticed that the pictures on the Rezound are a little sharper. They have a little less noise. However, the colors are a little bit better on the iPhone 4. I would say they're a little more natural. They are a little oversaturated, but they seem a little washed out on the Rezound. However, if you need sharpness and less noise, I would definitely go with an iPhone 4. The 4S does to me have a better camera than the Rezound. Just in my comparisons, I don't have a 4S, but I have handled them and did some test shots and noticed that the 4S camera was just a little bit better. Alrighty, so next I want to talk about the battery life. I was a little bit concerned in the beginning with this phone. The first night I had it, the battery didn't fare so well. I only got about 6 hours of use out of it before it completely died and shut off on me. Now that I've had the phone for just about a week, a little over a week, the battery life has gotten much, much better. As you can see, it's 9:07 p.m. here in Las Vegas, and I actually took it off the charger at 7:30 this morning. Now, this is with 4G on, not connected to Wi-Fi, so the battery has done pretty good, and I've used it pretty heavily all day. I went ahead and downloaded some podcasts, streamed some music, used it like I normally would, uploaded a couple photos to Facebook. Alright, here is the main reason I decided to go with an HTC Rezound. It's for the Verizon 4G LTE. Here in Las Vegas, I do have it pretty much everywhere I go, and the speeds have been amazing. Today at the doctor's office, right around 4 o'clock, you can see I was hitting speeds anywhere from 9 megabits, 21 megabits, 18, 19, 18, and the whopping 27 megabits down. And I don't think 3 megabits up is too shabby either. So let me go ahead and do a speed test for you guys right now. Go ahead and let it find a server. What the heck, I'll go ahead and start it anyway. Begin test. Now this is with 3 bars of service. Let's take a look. So this test isn't faring so well, but I'll go ahead and do a couple tests. That way you guys can get a glimpse into what 4G can actually test like. Normal speeds are roughly around, I would say, usually 9 to 10 megabits down, and right around 4 to 5 up. So this test isn't showing the actual power of the LTE. Don't get me wrong, 5.95 is pretty good, but obviously faster is always better. Let's do a retest here. So this is a little more typical of the speeds that I usually get right around my neighborhood. Yeah, this is pretty impressive for a phone. This is the main reason I chose this phone, or any actually 4G phone on Verizon's LTE network. It just, they seem to be so fast. We'll do one more test here, and then I'll go ahead and compare it to Verizon's 3G iPhone, and you can just see how much of a difference that it is. It's a light years ahead of their 3G network, which it should be. It's a new network. Here we go. Let me go ahead and grab the iPhone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a comparison for Verizon's 4G network and Verizon's 3G network. Let's go ahead and do a test here, see what we come up with. Now, I only have 2 bars of 4G, and I do have 3 bars of 3G. So let's see what happens here with this test. As you can see, the ping test for the Rezound is 94 milliseconds, which is pretty good for a mobile network. And the ping for the 3G network is 246, which isn't so good. And the download speed on the Rezound is 8.61 megabits down on 3G, 0.47 megabits down. And the upload is 391 on the Rezound and 0.11 on the 3G iPhone. Let's do one more test here. Yeah, this just absolutely blows my mind how much faster the 4G network is. And as I showed you before, I was getting speeds that were just astronomical. I mean, they were amazing. You know, being anything, 15 and above is just ungodly for a phone. I'm totally impressed by it. Just about finished up there. So 772 down as opposed to 0.36, and 4.9 up as opposed to 0.50. So you can see that the Rezound lives up to that 4G LTE network claim, which is the fastest, most reliable network. So that's the speed test. And last but not least is the Beats audio iBeats headphones that it actually comes with. Once again, you see the Beats logo there on the back. These are the iBeats headphones. These are actually new. I have not seen these in any other, in a store or anything like that. They're specifically made for the Rezound. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you what happens when you plug these in. Let me grab the end of the cord there. Go ahead and plug these in. You get the little headphone indication there. If you go over to the music and you start playing something, you see that Beats audio kicks in. Now, you can turn off the Beats audio, but I don't know why you would want to. It sounds amazing. So hitting the menu button here, you actually get an option here for sound enhancement. And this will let you disable the Beats audio. But as I said, I'm not sure why you would want to do that. That's part of the reason that you purchased the phone, is to get that great Beats audio. And let me tell you, it sounds fantastic. And it's not just the headphones that sound great. It's actually the phone itself, having Beats audio built into the phone. I tried these headphones on the iPhone 4 and found that the noise, or the sound I should say, that came out of the iPhone with these headphones, it just didn't match. It wasn't nearly as powerful. It didn't have the bass, the clarity that you get using the HTC Rezound. I'm pretty blown away by the quality of the sound, and not with just hip hop music, but all types of music. They really do sound great and make a difference. I'm glad that they shipped them with these. That's good on Monster and HTC and Dr.Dre and everybody. And here's the pouch that you get, so you can toss your headphones inside there. They actually ship a bunch of different ear tips. You get small, medium, large. You get extended tips so they can go further inside the ear. Some are there's a couple in there that are shorter so they don't go all the way in your ear. All around, this phone has been great. As I said, I was a little worried about the battery in the beginning, but after using it for a few days, it's really come into its own, and it's really been a great phone for me. I'm so glad I purchased it. You know, with the camera, the screen resolution, the Beats audio, the 4G network. It's just been amazing. It's been an amazing phone. I would recommend this phone for anyone ready for an upgrade or not even ready for an upgrade. You know, looking to the future for your next phone. This phone has been amazing for me. I just got to say I love it. Glad I bought it. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I have some more product reviews coming out for you guys. Just want to say thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, hey, just let me know.